Joining us now is a Notre Dame theology professor whose lessons will go well beyond the classroom this summer. Professor Abraham Winitzer, along with Professor Robin Jensen, will be leading a group of theology Ph.D. students on a trip to the Holy Land, providing them with the kind of context and experience that you can't easily get in a classroom. Professor Winitzer, welcome to Notre Dame Day.
Thank you.
First, tell us, where did the idea of a trip like this come from?
It came from colleagues who together tried to think about how to bring two things more into prominence. One, a greater presence of Jewish studies at Notre Dame, for which there had been very gracious donations, but these have been underused. And two, the place of the Holy Land in both the Jewish tradition, but also within sort of the context of theology and scripture.
And tell us a little bit about the trip. What kind of experiences and excursions are these students going to be going on?
So there will be a number of different components that will introduce the land, the history, the language over the millennia of its significance. But the two largest parts will be actually two introductions to archaeology. One, which will take place at a site called Tel Azekah, where David and Goliath met in the Bible, and this will be,
wow.
We will join with a number of other universities around the world in excavating this, and that's the latter part. And the first part, actually on our own very campus at Tantur, where we will do the basics introduction of field archaeology learning and actually survey our own campus, where there seems to be remains of an ancient site, a church or something like that.
And what does this on-the-ground study? I mean, how does this just go so much far beyond what they can learn in a classroom?
There really is no comparison. I mean, it's almost a comparison between learning something from a text that says something about a message and then checking it out against the background to see to what extent that message really has reality on the ground, facts on the ground, if you will.
So how many students are going, and do you envision this becoming maybe even bigger in the future?
I very much hope so. We hope that it will become something regular. This year, 10 students will be going.
Well, Professor, thank you so much for joining us and for your commitment to just bringing education to these students.